Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Trending in Studios. I'm your host, Ben, and here we are for Season 9, Episode 1, the premiere, and this is my prediction video for this episode. So, this is going to be a little shorter than I had initially planned it, guys, but I need to get a few hours of sleep yet. Yeah, like my last video said, it is pretty late. So we're gonna shorten it up here and just maybe get to the cliff notes of what I think is going to happen. Not necessarily what I hope to happen, but what I think will happen, and we'll just go from there. All right, guys. Deaths. We're gonna just go right to it. Who do I think dies in the premiere? Because somebody's gonna die. Episode 100. And if you guys remember, if you read the comics, you guys know. Comic 100 had an iconic moment when Glenn was killed by Negan. Obviously, Glenn's not here for the 100th episode, so I have a guess that it is going to unfortunately be a guy that was in episode 1. Not Rick, no. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be Lenny James. I hope I'm wrong. Really hope I'm wrong, and that's not the case. Honestly, who do I want to die? Honestly, no one. But if I had to pick somebody, I'm going to piss people off probably right here and say Carol instead of Morgan. But I think Morgan's going to possibly sacrifice himself for Carol, give Carol more reason to want to live. She'll have to live with the fact that Morgan saved her and creating more of a burden for her that she has to keep on trying to live because someone gave his life so she could keep living. So that's kind of what I think what's going to happen with that. The old man Rick thing that we have up there, I think we'll see what that means in this episode, but I think it's like a flash forward. I don't think it's a dream sequence, but I think it's like a flash forward. Yeah, I really think it's a flash forward. I think that we'll see it, but we won't know exactly what it means. Besides, we'll see like the rest of it maybe around the midway point of the season when we'll see something about this, and then we'll keep seeing a bit more. Maybe not necessarily every episode, but every other episode, or maybe not even until the mid-season premiere. We'll see exactly what this means. But I think this means Old Man Rick. That doesn't mean Old Man Rick, Dreamy Dream Rick. What I'm saying is Rick after All Out War's over, and something happens to Rick, and then he wakes up, and that's Rick right there. So that's my prediction on what happens with that stuff. I really hope we don't see Daryl and Carol get together. I really don't want to see this. I don't want to see those two get together. I know so many people ship them. I don't. I see them more like brother and sister. To me, it would kind of gross me out. So make sure. Let's hopefully make sure that that doesn't happen. Obviously, there's no way that I can make sure, or you can, but it's late, guys, so words are kind of jumbling as I go. Let's see. I think Carol plays a big part in this, or Carl plays a big part in this episode. I think Father Gabriel will prove his bravery in some way. I think that Negan's gonna kill somebody, quite possibly Morgan. I don't think that Shiva dies this episode. I think that I'll save that for another episode. But if there is 2 deaths in this episode, I will predict Morgan and Shiva. If there's only one, I just predict Morgan. So you have my prediction. I think Negan will be a very hated man after this episode, which they kind of said in a post, so I'm not trying to steal it. I just think it's accurate. The post that they posted, that The Walking Dead posted on Facebook was saying that we will hate Negan by the end of episode 1. if most of us didn't already. Well, I agree. I probably will dislike Negan. That guy is bad. I'll take him out. But also, I want to point out my season prediction just real quickly is this: Eugene is not a traitor. I don't buy it. I don't believe it at all, even remotely. I think Eugene is truly part of our group still. That's just my prediction on that. All right, guys. I could go a hell of a lot longer with a lot more detail. This is getting late for me, and I want to get 4 hours of sleep yet before I gotta hop on a plane and make my way across the country and lose time in the sense that when I get there, it's gonna be 10 in the morning. For here, it would be midnight or noon. So I'm trying to catch up, get a few hours sleep and get going. So remember, guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe. My future prediction episodes will be longer, be more detailed, and a lot more coherent. So, all right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, as always, this is Ben from T.I.Studios. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll see you soon, guys. Peace. LA Bound, Season 8, All Out War.